Good morning, it's Tuesday. This is episode 26 of Proper Gentleman's Club, and today we're talking about time. I don't know when I'm going to release this video. It is February 25th, Tuesday, and I've been reading Make Today Count by John C. Maxwell and Relentless by Tim Grover. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Dwayne Wade's coach. Performance coach. And I don't know how I'm going to make this video or how this podcast is going to go. I don't have a whole lot of notes for it because there's been a lot that's been running through my mind. So maybe this is my way of getting some of that information out. I have come to understand what kind of person I am. And it doesn't make a lot of sense because I'm a person who craves information. I know that knowledge is power, but power is also the ability to apply that knowledge in the way that you see fit, in a way that benefits you. And wisdom is being able to apply knowledge and action at the right place and right time. So information is just that. It's just information. Why I crave information so much, I'm not sure. But it's a thing. And I am realizing that, like, we know this, but we don't accept it in the way that we should. And that is how precious time is. It is our only currency, in a way. The way that you go to work for 2 weeks to get a paycheck so you can pay for your life is an exchange of your time. And so however much you get paid per hour, however much you get paid per month, however much you make per year, and what you spend that currency on is indicative of how you view your time. I've been gaming a little bit on this game, on my gamer channel, and this is the first time that I really felt myself understand that I'm exchanging my time to like in another universe, that person's real. The person that I command in that game is just as real as like this body that we command in this realm. And I know it's computerized, I know it's a digital space, but like we live in a digital space. So what makes him any less real than me? And you can call me crazy, but all I'm saying is when I'm playing that game for an hour, 2 days goes by in his life. He goes through 2 days of time. In fact, the other day I was this is just an example, but the other day I was fighting a boss, and the boss took me 30 minutes. It took me 30 minutes. But it took him an entire day and a half to fight this boss. And if you think about it, like if you're a Bible reader, Jacob fought with the angel, which was really himself. He fought with himself, or this angel, until dawn. He fought with this angel for like a whole day. We fight with things in this life for weeks and months. We fight with things. I mentioned on my TikTok the other day that it's so interesting how when God removes something from our lives, we really complain and bicker and moan about it. Like we get mad about it. It's crazy that we get mad about something that's removed from our lives. In order to make way for something better, we get mad about it. We get upset and we like reminisce on it. We spend so much of our most valuable currency thinking about how we spent that currency. We don't spend any time thinking about how we're going to spend that currency. We think about how it was spent. And we think about it over and over. And we get upset about it. I look at some of the older people at my gym, and even though I may not age like them, I realize that it's inevitable that I reach that stage in life, that one day I will be at that stage in my life. This book, just the title of this book, sitting on my table, fucks with me. It fucks with me. I've been reading so much information and like looking at like my algorithm on YouTube is cracked right now. It's cracked. You click on one video and it sends you 1,000,000 of that video type to you. And so it's almost hard to keep up in a way. People's crazy. This book, Make Today Count. The first chapter is about attitude, and the second chapter is about priorities. And the thing about time, if you want a great return on investment of what you're doing with your time, he says you need to spend 80% of your time on the top 20% of your most important things that you need to get done over the course of the day. Which, doing the math, if you're sleeping 8 hours a day, and obviously if you can do 7, even better, because you'll get you another hour. 6, you're pushing it. But let's just say 8 hours. If you're sleeping for 8 hours a day, that leaves you with 16 hours. 80% of that 16 is 13 hours. You need to spend 13 hours a day doing the top 20% of the most important things, which leaves you with 3 hours left. 3 hours. 3 hours of free time. But if you're being relentless and ruthless, understanding how precious your time is, you're going to spend 100% of the time that you have to maximize your return. At minimum, 80% of your time should be spent, which leaves you with those 3 hours. And what are you going to do with those 3 hours? You can say whatever you want. Oh, we need time to relax. Oh, we need time to do this. Oh, we need time to do that. I was watching the documentary on Court of Gold about the men's basketball in the Olympics this past summer. And the Serbians, so they did this whole thing, the whole 2 months of basketball, whatever it was. And after they finally got bronze, they were like ready to pop off. It was time to get drunk. LeBron, after he got his gold medal, maybe it wasn't the gold. Maybe it was just a single game. Maybe they had a game against Serbia in the finals, the semifinals. And coaches were like, oh yeah, because they had a comeback. Coaches were like, want a beer? And he's like, yeah, I'll have a beer. And they're like, yeah. And he told the guys, he was like, man, I have like 3 beers a year. We spend so much time trying to appease our souls from the fact that we waste our time. And that's like really hitting me. Like, where are your priorities? Every day gets by us. Every single day gets by us. And we let it happen over and over and over again. And now I'm at the point where I almost don't even care about like if there's one thing that I have to get done in this life. There's one thing. There's one thing that I have to really taste and understand before this is over. And that's where I am directing my time and energy now. Because we don't have a lot of it. I was working at the gym yesterday, helping them out for the Arnold's in town this week. That's why I look tired. I've been working. I was up at 5:35 yesterday. Got up, did my stretches, did all that stuff. Got to it, clocked into work. Worked. And did my other stuff. Went to the gym, got home from the gym, ate, showered, headed back to the gym to help out, and was there till 9. Got home, took another shower, made me some sleepy time tea, read for an hour, and then went to bed at 10:30. Was up again at 5 today. And now I'm here making this. And I'll have to edit this in a way that catches people's attention because, of course I can just put stuff out there, but we are in interest media now. Like Gary Vee said, it's not social media anymore. This is interest media. So it's the things that interest you. So if people just click through your video, so I have to go through and make sure that this video is edited properly. And the podcast I can just throw up after editing a little bit of the audio. But for the most part, it doesn't matter what you're posting as long as you're getting views, because the views are what pay. So you can sit there and make content that makes you feel good about yourself. You can do that. And if you get no views, that's on you. Because it doesn't matter what you're posting. What I'm saying is, what are you doing it for? And for me, I've always shied away from saying I'm doing it for the money. I've always wanted to do some noble thing. And I will continue making this content, obviously. This takes nothing from me, and I should do this. But where does the money come from? Does this money just show up one day? And you can talk about manifestation, you can talk about law of attraction, and I've done that. And I believe that those things are 100% true. What I'm saying is that my mindset shift about how I'm spending my time and my priorities has shifted. And there's one thing that I've got to experience in this life, and I'm not going to say it here. Some things you got to keep to yourself. But and for those who are listening on the podcast, I'm holding up the book. And the cover of the book just says, "Make today count." 80% of your time should be spent on the top 20% of your priorities. Do not waste the most precious thing, it's the most precious thing that we have, and we throw it away. We throw it away. I cannot emphasize that enough. I throw it away. I know that. Whether I had come across $1 million, $2 million, $10 million, $20 million or not in the course up to this video, I probably would have still been here making this video, because even the last 4 years for me were spent in a cave. And I'm just now coming out of that. And I know some other people feel like that. So if this video has reached you and it's helped, or it sheds some light, great. If you're on the podcast, welcome again. And that's all I got. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know when this video is going up. The podcast is going up immediately. I'm not sure about the blog post on this, because I haven't quite encapsulated the concept quite yet, because it's really just still hitting home for me. So I will see you guys next week.